Hi, my name is Cody Griffith. Been going to the swap meet in 2005, so that's about 10, 11 years. About 16 years old, got a booth, ended up meeting Alan, and we've been buddies ever since.
You can get a good deal on something, you know, there's always something you may or may not need, so it's a disease.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those can't miss events, you know, for the year, whether you're going to buy anything or not. I mean, just come look at everybody's stuff, and you know, there's a variety of things, whether you got hot rods or Jeeps or Toyotas or diesel trucks, stuff for everybody.
One of my greatest memories of Puyallup Swap Meet was when I made Alan Lumberg pick up the other end of a Rockwell front end. Just the two of us loaded a Rockwell front. It was not fun.
We bought a truck for $470, including the tailgate, and it netted us $4,700 by the time all the trading was done, within about a 3-week period.
Making money and taking home free stuff.
Finding the right part you really need for real cheap, or hoping somebody doesn't know what they have and you can get a really screaming deal on it.
I like seeing all the old friends that we've met there for years, the different contraptions that people have thought would work and doesn't.
Meeting new people, seeing old friends, just talking, BSing.
Puyallup Swap Meet's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
One man's junk is another man's treasure. I don't see no junk there. I see a lot of good stuff.
My name is Alan, and I have an addiction. But drugs or alcohol have no part in my life. I've never smoked anything, never chewed tobacco, never drank a beer, though that doesn't stop me from having friends that do. Safety, respect, and responsibility doesn't mean that you can't have fun. We live in the inland Northwest, a land of mud, rocks, and mountains. In my world, Larry is the delivery guy, and Jeremiah is the cable guy. We're a big group of people of all different types that share a common interest, and for the most part, all get along. It's like one big happy and slightly dysfunctional family. Regardless, I'm honored to share my journey with all of these people I call friends, and I want to share their stories with you. This is my life of big trucks and low bucks. Well, I may have a lot to get done before the swap meet, but this morning, we're here in North Idaho at Spinneybent. This is Ben's spinning shop where he's working on some customers' rigs. Orville and I are going to stop in and chat with them and see what they've got going on. And we're going to check out some of the progress on the projects here. And we're going to talk to Ben a little bit about selling axle techs.
Sell the axle techs and have steering and brakes and skid plates and all kinds of stuff for the axle tech axles. I think I've sold probably 4 or 5 local sets and probably 4 or 5 sets where people traveled to come get them.
It was nice visiting with Ben, but he's got to take off now and take care of some family business. Next, we're stopping here in Athol, Idaho, and we're checking on Greg and Mark and seeing what they've got going on today.
I'm Greg with Rocky Mountain Off-Road. Today we're kind of getting ready to get things organized for the Puyallup Swap Meet the Moonshiners Club puts on every year over in Puyallup, Washington. We've been going for 6 or 7 years. We started out renting a couple booths just to put our own stuff in, so we had passes to get inside, and now it's evolved into a monster where we've got outside stalls so we don't have to haul parts for buying so far, and we have more time to shop. I always go just to buy inventory for the shop here so I can sell people parts cheaper. I'll buy used stuff that I know I can sell, and I'll buy new stuff that I know I can sell at the right prices, but it all ends up to buy inventory for the shop, so I go. The fun about Puyallup is you never know what the theme is each year. There's been Jeep years where it's all Willie's Jeep stuff. There's been full-size years where it's all full-size truck parts, and each year it seems to be a different area that people end up bringing things. Last year, for some reason, people brought a lot of winches for sale. I always go looking for differential parts, gears, differential carriers, axles, this type of thing, because that's what our mainstay is here. It's what I can resell used. Each year we plan on we get there super early Saturday morning and get moved in, shop the line of everybody that's moving their stuff in, and then Saturday night is a big night out. We go, everybody meets up, or as many as we can get in restaurants. We meet up and have big dinner and party and stuff, and talk about all the toys that we're building or not building or wanting to build, and it's a real big camaraderie, quite a fun time for everybody. We have shopping carts, we have flatbed roller carts that we push around the fairgrounds so we can load the big heavy stuff. We've got it scienced out pretty good where we don't have to hurt ourselves too much. It's quite a fun thing for me in that respect there.
While we're here, Greg and Mark are going to help us load up the 12-valve Cummins engine that I've had stored in the other shop. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up the transfer case and the 6-speed transmission that I've had for the Suburban project stored here. And now we're headed on out. I'm going to start out here by getting the C4 started up for the first time this year and dug out of the snow and unloaded. Then I got to load this transmission up in the back of it. It's going to go back into the truck. And then I've got to get the van running. It started running poorly, so I got to figure that out. Got it running okay now. So I'm going to get it and the truck loaded up to take into Spokane. In the meantime, Dale and Sam have been hard at work getting the new building put up. It's coming along pretty quickly. I'm back in Spokane. I'm picking up this car, headed back up north to the place here where they're working on the building still. Mike Heffling stopped by to pick up some parts, and now I gotta tear apart this truck, then tear apart this Dodge, and then pull the engine out of this frame so I can take the clutch off it, move Robert's motors around, and then I'm gonna head into Mawdco, which is Mike and Ben Millward's shop. Here we're gonna drop off the Dodge body and talk to them a little bit about going to the swap meet and what they've got to do to get ready.
Craziest part of our life is getting ready for the swap meet. Got customers still need to get taken care of and parts to select through that we know that will sell. And
yeah, so we're putting a list together so we don't take things we got to bring back.
Trying to get the stuff that we know that we want figured out, and everybody comes in and asks, we're going to help. You know, if you got it, if you find it, bring it home, I'll buy it. Type deal.
Finding what you need and didn't realize you needed it. You'll see it there. And then finding what you were looking for is there in the first place and more.
But swap meet's one of the most fun times of our life too.
It's always been worth making a trip to no matter what. It's always been worthwhile. Always came away happier than if I hadn't have gone.
The good deals, the parts. Just about everything of the swap meet's been fun.
Well, it was good talking with Mike and Ben Millward, but I've got to get back into Spokane, where there's still a lot of stuff to do to get ready. I got to stop in here, get some fluids for the transmission, drop it off at Hilderbrand Automotive, where Joe
and Austin are getting the transmission out to change out the clutch and the transmission I dropped off. Then I got to meet up with Judd McDaniel to trade him a crew cab on part of the deal with the building that's going up there. So we're doing a little wheeling and dealing with some 4-door trucks here. And then I got to go pick up the step side from Larry so that he's got space in his shop. Gonna winch it on the trailer here, get it out of here, and bring it back up to my place. Here I'm gonna stop and talk with Betty. My driveway is a complete mess, but I've got to get in here to drop off this truck, pick up these carts and these parts. Got to get loaded, get back to Spokane, because I've got a lot of stuff to do in there. Maneuvering parts, running out to get this title from Larry, going back through across town, picking up the truck from Joe at Hilderbrand Automotive where the C4 is done, but I've still got to go transfer the title for the box truck, so I'm taking the C4, dropping off the Jeep, going to the Department of Licensing. Oh, now they want more paperwork. Waiting again. Now I've got to go get my license renewed. Hurry up, truck.
Now serving are 472 and counter number Mike.
Okay, now they'll let me license it. One more trip, I hope, and so we're headed to pick up the box truck now. Now I got to unload the Tahoe that we just picked up, get it off the trailer. Now we found an exhaust clamp missing on the box truck, but we checked the oil, we're gonna have to go anyways. We're getting the box truck backed up to the trailer, getting the trailer hooked up, pulled forward, getting the van started, getting the van loaded on the trailer, and finally headed back home. It's gonna be a long night. This morning I've got to get the air out of the power steering system in the C4, change the rear gear lube, and then finally load up the last few things and head out of Spokane. I'm headed here first into George, Washington to Camco Racing Innovations. I'm going to talk with Daniel Buchanan about his K5 Blazer project. I sold the frame to Daniel and we're checking out the 4-link that Dynamic Motorsports did on it. But it's starting to get late in the day here, and I've got to head back onto the freeway, headed west towards the Puyallup Fairgrounds. Tomorrow is vendor setup, and in my 10th year of making this trip to the swap meet, it's become all too routine, and for other friends as well.
This is my 2nd year.
I believe this will be my 4th year in a row.
Been coming here 5 years in a row.
This is our 10th year. 10th swap meet.
My first year of going was 1997. Next year, the whole family went over and everything.
I look forward to it every year.
I come every year because every year I need something, and every year I find it. Precious metals.
I'm stopped here at the Walmart in Auburn, Washington to pick up some supplies for the swap meet, and more importantly, this shirt. Why do I need just a plain white shirt? Well, I'm going to customize it, because every year that we go out to the Puyallup swap meet, it seems like it's my birthday. So, this is going to be my birthday shirt. So, I'm going to surprise them with a little customization on this that, they'll see what it is later.
This is like Christmas morning. Buying, selling, buying, selling.
Last night was Christmas Eve.
Yep, it's tough to sleep. And we get to see a bunch of people we don't ever get to see, so it's nice to hang out and have a fun weekend and make a little money and have some fun.
And get what we need.
Yeah.
I have to say, every year I look forward to this trip. Yeah, it's just a bunch of old used car parts, but for some reason, it's the thrill of looking through it all, seeing what you can find, getting a good deal, and wheeling and dealing. That's what it's all about. But more importantly, seeing friends and people that I've met over the years. Sometimes we don't get to see each other that often due to our different schedules and, well, living in different places, but this swap meet brings us together every year, and it's always a good time. Even if we don't score the deal of the century, it's still worth coming over and hanging out.
The rewards of what you find that you thought you needed or that you're looking for are much more than what it takes to get yourself from here to there. There's always at least one treasure that's coming home with you thinking, well, I got that, or I found this, and you wouldn't have if you didn't go.
Today is vendor setup day, but the vendors get an early sneak peek at all the parts and things that are coming in, and we're shopping the line before everyone else gets here.
And you know, most of everything here you see so much Jeep stuff. Really, from my grandpa, I'm looking for a PTO and an overdrive. That me too. I got some Timex in the truck if you go. Hey, I'm there, Marty. It's warmer than he might. Well, I mean, it's kind of soft.
He's got to make sure the contours fit. You know.
Yeah. Boom. It's almost like it's built for a Dodge. Take 150 cash for it? No. 200, he said. He'll give you 200. He said he bolted it on already. He don't want to unbolt it.
Well, it looks like Nick, Whitney, and Brandon are pulling up now in the box truck and my van.
Swap meet ready?
Yeah, I had my chocolate breakfast.
Oh, we brought you some snacks.
Oh, we had donuts from
and we brought you donuts, but left them at the hotel. I'm sorry.
We brought my van with so that we had something else to drive around with instead of using the trucks.
What did you buy now?
Oh, it's dirty inside.
Free of charge. Free nails.
Oh
Shit, I forgot about my nails in my...
Dirty.
Those are 16-penny Galvies. You know how much those are worth?
Made it, huh?
Yeah, we just took
They drug you over here too, huh?
took our time with the way Dad's been feeling.
How's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Good.
So, we've got our normal row right here.
Okay.
But now I got two here. So we got, but they're side by side instead of end to end, so that might be a problem on trailer length.
Okay.
Remember we had the one here,
where the white truck was.
but now we've got side by side two here, so there's a little more space. I've got these two also, but we've got three here and two. But so
That's the spot.
So do you want to do that?
I think that'd be the best. So put two trailers side by side right there.
Okay.
And then come time to leave, you know.
There's a rule here for, well, we have to be out by 6 p.m. And remember that rule didn't really appear until that one year
After
that we
stirred it up, we were like 7:30.
They kept asking us when we were leaving.
When are
and
you going? Are you guys done? So then they started putting that rule in. I think we had 60 tires. We hauled back. And oh my gosh. And we still were loading and loading and loading and loading.
Oh, it's a good time. It's cool to see all the different people, the parts, and what they're building.
bought a truck for $470, including the tailgate, and it netted us $4,700 by the time all the trading was done. We found it in the auto and vehicles for sale area, and the folks, the very last day, nobody bid on it. I offered a stupid ridiculous price, got it, walked across the aisle exactly, picked up a tailgate from another person that was the exact color, put it on the truck.
What was your best deal here that you can think of?
One of my best deals was the guy who had the 93 S10 Blazer, running, driving, asking $800, and on the last day I offered him $100 cash and he took it. I've had a lot of good deals over the years. Puyallup's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get.
Every year is always a whole different assortment.
Brand new. Some years you see 10 or 12 Dana 60, some year you see 10 or 12 Rockwell. Some year you buy tires. What was our second year? We bought 80 some tires.
I don't know, too many.
Little brochure.
Let's see, last year I came in about noon, started walking around, and I was looking for Samurai parts. And some guy handed me a box of parts. Says, here, just take them, I don't need them. One part in the box, a brand new tower for transmission. I sold for $75. Sold the steering box out of it for $50, and all the other little parts. The best, I think, is I spent $24 on bushwhackers, and with those bushwhackers and a radiator that came out of that same box, I ended up trading that for a Honda XR200, a 96 XR200. That is a beautiful bike that I traded for a Suzuki Samurai. This is like Christmas to us, wouldn't you say?
So are we excited for the swap meet?
Absolutely. Alan's going to be going around saying these are not silent movies.
It's amazing. You break out the camera, everybody goes, whoop.
Yeah.
We got a new RCA movie camera and got it out, and 5 kids were standing and they all went silent.
Yeah.
What the heck's wrong with you guys? No, looked away.
So this is your first time. So
kind of excited for it. Hopefully find some good stuff to buy.
Take it around the other way, Willie.
Got your wagon.
Yeah.
And you got the wagon for how much?
$35.
Do you think it was a good deal?
I would say so. Check it out. I played on it. Oh, absolutely. How cool is that?
This will hook nicely to my trailer hitch, and we're going to take it through.
Dude!
Yeah, let's lift it.
Jack it up, swamp it tires, we're going through the pit, guys. Woo! 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 Back.
Oh, hey there. My name's Cody. Here at the swap meet this year, 2016. See if we can't sell some stuff. Hopefully make some money. I come here and first day we like to first day we like to find the deals out here in the parking lot. I think that's when you make your most money, and then you put your stuff and hopefully tax a little bit and leave with some money in your pocket. Some years though I ended up leaving with way more stuff than I ever needed. I think Alan does the same thing, so we'll see how this year goes.
What's fun about doing this?
Everything. I look forward to it every year.
It's like tuned by like magnets in it.
Huh. So it's old technology. There's nothing electronic in that. Removing.
Barely.
So you guys ready?
Ready.
You guys ready for this?
Ready for this, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
It's now about time. They're ready to open the gates. So we're getting in our trucks and getting ready to pull through the gates. All our lines are color-coded for our different areas.
You couldn't hit a car wash before you got here? I was expecting to rain the whole way over and pressure wash it for me.
And now starts the long process of unloading everything. All the parts and things that people brought with to sell. I didn't bring much this year, but everyone else did. Now it's time to get everything set up, everything set out. Well, now that we're kind of set up here in our spots, I'm going to go ahead and do some early shopping because, well, the best deals are to be had before anyone else can see them. So, I'm looking around here, seeing what little stuff is out and what vendors are still around, trying to snag that good deal. There's a lot of people that bring stuff to just really sell it for cheap because they don't want it anymore. There's a lot of stuff here that's very cheaply priced. There's stuff here that's overpriced. There's stuff here that's just on display. You never know what you're going to find at the swap meet. And that's part of the excitement about it. But this cart is really getting on my nerves.
Much better.
But I'm going to go out one more time looking for parts. And I guess my wheels are still squeaking. Oh well.